Now, we'll go back to the discussion we're supposed to have on local government financial autonomy and how some governors reportedly are seeking to maintain control of funds. To discuss this, we're joined by a legal practitioner and a former secretary to Akinyele Local Government in Ibadan, Oyo State, Dayo Ajibola. Good evening, Dayo. Thank you for joining us.
Well, good evening. Thank you for bringing me home.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you, Dayo. Now, can you speak to us on what the likely implications are if the governors continue to assert control over government funds despite the Supreme Court's financial autonomy ruling?
Well, thank you. The Supreme Court financial autonomy did give some, kind of energize the local government, and it operationalized the local government to be more focused on the development of the people so that it could be people oriented and they can focus on development at the grassroots level. But the implication of what the governors are doing now is that they are trying to arrest development in Nigeria. We have the constitution spelled out the local government we have in the country, 774, and it spells out the function of the local government. The local government is a top tier of government. Hence, it is by its nature of creation the closest to the people. Now, the governors we will need to probably speak to their mind, speak to their conscience for them to allow the people to breathe. Because what is going on does not augur well for the development of the Nigerian state and the people that we claim to be governing, to be ruling, or to be leading. Don't let me say ruling, because that's autocratic in nature. So, and we need to speak to our conscience. We need to fear God and know that what we are doing is not appropriate. So, what is into the Nigerian populace is that the suffering will be more at the local government level. This is the problem with the Nigerian state ever since. And I pray God touches our leaders' mind.
Well, speaking about leaders, even the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, did say that Nigeria is supposed to be running 3 tiers of government, but as it is, they're only running 2 tiers of government. That's the federal and state, because the local government is under control of the governors themselves. So in light of that, how do you think that the federal government, can help to enforce effectively this particular ruling and also direct or ensure direct allocations to the local government councils?
The direct allocation, thank you. The direct allocation is well spelled out, with this recent judgment. And the issue of the joint accounts that governors are making claim to, they are talking about section 162, subsection 6 of the Constitution, which provides for joint accounts for the state and the local government. This does not reflect that the money coming from the federal government cannot be paid. It is just that they have their own end, they have their own whatever they want to achieve by trying to cut corners and what have you. But for us to have development in this country, I think the federal government must call an emergency holistic review of the local government. Vis-a-vis the section they are hammering on, which is joint account operation, should be debated and probably, amended at the National Assembly. But then, if we are saying we want to amend that section 162, subsection 6 in the National Assembly, are the government not going to fight it? They are the same people controlling the houses, and the Constitution gives us, what we are supposed to do. Which are these? We need 2/3 of the sitting House of Rep, we need 2/3 of the Senate, and we need 2/3 of the total houses of assembly. That is the problem. How do we alter all this? How do we review that section 162, subsection 6, so that the governors will not keep holding the Nigerian people down? We need to move away from the realm we are operating from now to developmental realm. We cannot continue like this. People are suffering at the local government level. We need to do the right thing speak to our conscience. It is not just about you alone. That's, to me, we should think about ourselves and the future generation. May Nigeria be great again. I pray so.
All right.
I hope our leaders, our governors, they will do the right thing. Because as it's going this way, it may not go well for the Nigerian nation. Development may elude us at the local government level in our various states if things are not handled properly. Federal government should convey an emergency local government review with a view to getting to solving this problem, not only the financial autonomy. Financial autonomy was given by the Supreme Court, yes, but there are some constitutional provisions that will give the necessary backing the local government needs to function with, vis-a-vis even the qualification of those that will be leading us at the local government. If you are having people that cannot stand on their own, that they don't have the intellectual capacity to drive the local government at the 21st century, then we are just playing to the gallery. That's the truth of the matter. So we need to address the issues frontally. It is not about just addressing a section of it. Yes, Supreme Court have been able to give us certain level of operationalized modules for the local government to function properly vis-a-vis financial autonomy. But then, how do we make it work better than it is? Okay. Financial autonomy is good. That is what is making our governors now to conduct local government elections. Before now, have been issue. They were not doing election. We were just having caretaker everywhere in the country, which was not good enough. Now we are having local government elections being conducted here and there. That is a good development. But then, conducted for who? By who? Okay. For the benefit of who? We have people who are not competent to rule to be in leadership position at the local government level.
All right, Dayo.
We must check the assimilation process into the local government system, such that people that have the intellectual capacity can be the ones at the local government. Local government 21st century cannot be a school start fail out for crying out loud. We cannot have.
Agreed, Dayo.
We cannot allow that to happen in our nation anymore.
Agreed, Dayo.
We have to make sure we.
Yes, well, we're all being hopeful, and praying for, Nigeria to be great again. And, wait to see what happens, finally when or how the local government politics would actually change if the governors, decide to do the needful and allow the local government to be in charge of these funds. Thank you so much, Dayo, for taking time out to speak to us on this.